Hello again and welcome to G Squared, where excellence is epitomized. I'm Gilly Gills here again to simplify things for you. Now, I did a video previously about exam strategies and things that you should do when you are in the exam. But today I want to share some exam tips about what you should do on the day of the exam and the day before the exam. Alright, so for anybody doing exam anywhere, no matter what type of exam you're doing, these tips are for you. I hope you'll find these things helpful. So, these are just 7 tips that we're going to go through. So, number 1 is sleep. As you can see on the board here, sleep is number 1. You must recharge your batteries after all the studying you're doing, after all the work you're doing. You need to rest. Don't stay up the entire night before the exam saying you're going to cram in a few more things, try to see how much more material you can cover. It's best if you get some sleep, recharge your batteries, because your brain is going to function much better with a good night's sleep. So get that rest instead of staying up to study. Alright? The next thing now on the list is that you must avoid exam discussions. I cannot stress this enough. You know what I mean? You go to an exam and you see a bunch of people standing around an area and they're talking about the exam and they're talking about what they know. Avoid those situations. Pass by and get a glimpse and maybe you pick up a thing or two. No problem with that. But don't stay around discussing the exam. Chances are you might hear something that you don't know. And then what you hear that you don't know, it throws you off your mojo and then you feel a little bit uncomfortable going in the exam. So avoid those exam discussions. It is better for you in the long run to just work with what you have and pick up a few things vicariously along the way. Alright? So number 3 now. Exam entry time. So critical. Alright? You want to choose the best time to go to your exam. You don't want to go to your exam too early, and you don't want to go to your exam too late. You don't want to go to your exam too late because you're going late, you're rushing, you're trying to put things together, the exam starts, and you get flustered, and you as far as you know, things just get messed up like that. So you don't want to go to your exam too late. You want to make sure you're there at a particular time. You don't want to go too early either. Well, you say, why do you want to not go to your exam too early? But guess what? Everybody who sits exams knows this. That in the exam room, there's an exam ambience. There's this feeling of tension and stiffness and this awkwardness in the exam. You don't feel comfortable. You just want to go in and do what you have to do and get out. If you go in too early, this exam ambience is just going to start affecting you. And you're going to suffer from that. And then instead of feeling confident, you start feeling nervous. And you don't want to be nervous right before your exam. So choose a time to go in where once you reach in, you can get your documents, sign your papers, get your exam paper, sit down, settle, relax a little, and then, and then you're ready to do your exam. Pretty much. Which leads us to number 4, pray. What can I say? Prayer changes things. It doesn't matter who you believe in right now, so to speak. Right? But make sure you pray, because we know there's a higher power. It definitely. Number 5, prepare your stationery. The night before the exam, or if it's an evening exam and you're preparing in the morning, just keep your stationery together. Get your pens, your pencils, your rulers, whatever it is that you're going to be using in the exam. One reason, just in case, you have to rush, you have those things prepared already. But more importantly, if you have your stationery prepared for the exam, it gives you that air of confidence that you're prepared. You have your things together. You put your stuff together and you're ready to do this thing. You're ready to shell it down. So have your things prepared, your stationery prepared before you go to the exam. You don't want to go to the exam trying to find a pen or a pencil or a ruler or a calculator or whatever the case might be. You want to have all your things in place. So that leads us to our next point, which is number 6, and that is avoid sweets. I know it's very tempting. You didn't eat because you're nervous or whatever the case might be. So you feel like, let me get a snack. And instead of getting a snack which is good for you, you get a snack which is very sugary and has a lot of sugar in it. And this is not good. Here's why. Sugar, of course, will give you a burst of energy. Definitely may give you a burst of energy, but after a while, you're going to feel lethargic, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel, low energy. Just like when you eat your lunch and a couple hours after, or maybe a few minutes after you eat your lunch, you start feeling tired. You just want to sleep. You don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? You just want to easy and build back, so to speak. So avoid sweets. You know what I mean? Just before your exam, avoid them. Because if you eat them, you go in the exam, you're going to feel tired, and that's not going to be helpful for you. Now, our 7th tip is drink water. You know, you have to drink water. It's very important. Most of our body is water. All our metabolic activities require water. So therefore, you know what I mean? Drink water. And make sure you have water with you in your exam. You know, just to quench your thirst, to calm you down and these sorts of things. Your brain works better when your body is hydrated. So therefore, you need to make sure you drink the water. Drink enough. Don't drink too much. Because you know you must have that balance. So drink enough water before you go into your exam, and keep some with you when you're in your exam as well. Now, I have a bonus tip for you. This one might sound very strange, but guess what? Dress and look good. It might sound strange that you're going to do an exam and you should look good, but when you look good, you feel more confident. And if you feel more confident, that is going to now rub off into you doing your exam. So therefore, I would suggest to you, you know what I mean, dress up and look good. Make sure you feel comfortable with what you're wearing. You feel comfortable with yourself going into your exam, so that you have that sense of confidence going in to deal with the exam and just making sure you're acing it. So there you have it. 7 tips plus a bonus tip, you know, for doing your exams the day before and the day of the exam. I hope you find this helpful. If you have any other comments about things that you can do before or on the day of your exam, you can leave the comment below. You know, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, G Squared. Happy hunting in your exam, and make sure you ace those tests. Next time.